Let us talk to Antonina Shevchenko, who's joining us right now via the magic of Skype from Las Vegas. There she is, Antonina herself. How are you?
Hello. Doing great. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on your show. Very happy to be the part of it. Just feeling great for my Saturday fight.
Yes. Okay. And so you are at the UFC Performance Institute right now, right?
Yes, right. We just finished my training. Now we are already 1 week in Las Vegas, training in UFC Performance Institute. Yes, right.
And so this Saturday for line fights, you are defending your 135-pound title. Is that correct?
Yes, it's right. It will be my third line fight Muay Thai champion title defense in 135 pound.
Will this be your final Muay Thai fight?
We'll see. We'll see. So I definitely had a great experience fighting with line fight and in Muay Thai. And in last year, I fought 2 MMA fights in Phoenix Fighting Championship and had 2 wins. So I just having good time to fight both MMA and Muay Thai.
Your Muay Thai kickboxing record is 39-1. Your pro MMA record is 7-0. And there have been reports that you are, after this fight, off to the Dana White Contender Series this summer, that you have signed a deal to compete on that show. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's right. After my Saturday fight, so I will be preparing for Contender Series of Dana White Tuesday night. Yes, right.
And do you know when you will be fighting?
Not sure for the date, not sure for the opponent, but we'll be preparing for 125 pounds weight, and it will be June, I think.
And why now do you feel like this is the right time to go to the UFC, and why the Dana White show and not just into the UFC, the regular promotion like your sister fights in?
There was an offer to fight in this Contender Series, and we thought with my coach, Pavel Fedotov, that it will be a good opportunity to enter to the UFC, and of course to fight in UFC. It will be a great opportunity for each fighter, and that's the main goal, I think. So there was an offer, and we just accepted it.
Once you go to the UFC, as I'm sure you know, they like for you to be exclusive. So that means you'll probably have to put your Muay Thai career on hold. Are you okay with that?
We'll see. Yes, because first I have to win the fight with
Yes.
Contender Series and enter to the UFC. But if it will happen, I think yes, of course. UFC just huge organization and has the best fighters in the world of MMA, and it will be a great challenge for me, like a martial artist. And yes, I will be good.
Also of note, you are fighting on Saturday at 135, but you just said on the Dana White show you're fighting at 125, which happens to be the same division that your sister is a top contender in. Why 125 and not 135?
We thought again with my coach, and we decided that for UFC, for fighting in UFC, that in UFC fighters they cut weight so much, and the girls in 135 they are too big, and for me, just will be better to fight in 125
Okay,
for
but
UFC.
are you not worried that at some point you guys will be on this sort of collision course and people will say, "Oh, we want to see the Shevchenko sisters fight." This could be a problem, right?
I don't think so. We of course we'll never fight with
Of course.
sister, but Valentina now it's number one contender in flyweight, and I'm sure in few months she will be the champion of this division. And I will be, if I win this fight in Contender Series, I will be just entering in UFC, and there will be a hard, long way before you become number 3, number 5, number 1. So it will be long way and hard way. So next we'll see what to do.
I feel like there has to have been some promoter on this planet who has tried to book you guys to fight each other. This has to have happened at some point, right? I'm sure you would never do it. I think it would be crazy. But at some point, has someone come to you with an offer to fight your sister?
No, no.
Wow,
There will
I'm
never be
surprised.
this fight to fight sister. We always fight with Valentina on training. All
Sure.
our life we grow up together, and we train together since we are very, very young girl, and work every day with her, but never fight in official competition because there is so much girls to fight in the world. Why we fight each other?
Has it been your dream to be in the UFC with your sister, or because the UFC is the premier, mixed martial arts organization, and in America, mixed martial arts is a lot more popular than Muay Thai or kickboxing, you feel like, okay, if in order to make the most money to be the most popular, I have to go to the UFC? Like, are you almost doing this because of the state of Muay Thai and kickboxing? Would you prefer to just remain as a Muay Thai kickboxer?
I'm in martial arts a very long time. Like Valentina, I started to train from very little girl, so I was 7 years old, and now more than 20 years old, I'm doing martial arts. For me, like for martial artists, it's very, very interesting and very important to develop myself in different way. So I fought MMA, I fought Muay Thai. Of course, my background is Muay Thai, and before I in years 2002, 3, 5, I had MMA fights too, and then we just continued fighting in Muay Thai. But I think for me, it's just interesting, and for like martial artist person, I would like to challenge myself in MMA to develop myself like a martial artist, because MMA is just the most complete fight from from all martial arts.
Your mother was a martial artist, correct?
Yes, she is.
Is she the one that got both of you into martial arts?
Yes, right. Our mom, because of her, we are training now with my sister. So she did taekwondo. She is black belt, third dan of taekwondo. Now she's president of Kyrgyzstan Muay Thai Federation, and she wanted us, her daughter, to be in the same way path of martial arts. And she brought first me, like I'm older sister, and then Valentina in martial arts to the gym of our actual coach, Pavel Fedotov. And now, more than 20 years, we are sportsmen, professional fighters, and just very thankful to my mom for this way, for
When
this
you were
life.
when you were 7 and she introduced you to martial arts, were you interested in it, or would you have preferred to do something else? Like, at first, were you like, this isn't really for me?
No, I was interested because I think because of my mom, and then my coach, they worked with me. So theoretically, they were preparing me that this is fun, this is good, this is interesting, this is real life, this is just what the best people do to compete in martial arts. And we started with taekwondo, and just real girls, real women, real fighters, real men, they do just this. So I was very interested in it. Of course, there were hard time when I wanted to cry in trainings, and like a child, you don't want maybe to have this hard time when you grow up. But it passed, and I just I was interested, yes, all the time.
And your father, he wasn't into martial arts, right?
No, my father, but he was a sportsman too. He was a soccer player.
Soccer player, that's right. Did he play? Where did he play? Did he play in the United States?
No, he played in Soviet Union.
Oh, that's right.
So his team from uh, young team. They were a Soviet Union champion.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so when you guys were growing up, at what point? And you were with Pavel since you were 7, the same coach?
Same coach. So our mom first, she brought me into his gym. First me, and then Valentina when she was like 5, when she turned the age of doing martial arts.
Were you? I remember a couple years ago he was involved in that very scary incident where there was the shooting at the chicken restaurant. Were you with him when that happened?
No, I was not with them. They were Pavel and Valentina together, because at that time I was in Muay Thai World Championship in Sweden, and I just was coming back from Sweden to Peru.
Okay, you that must have been very scary when you heard that news.
It actually, yes, yes. I'm very happy that now it's so good, and that's all everything is good now. But that time it was very scary because I just before flying from Sweden, I spoke with them by Skype, and everything was good. And they said, like, Antonina, we just waiting you here. Please come back with your gold medal, because I won gold medal in the championship. And when I arrived to Peru, I heard this news. So it happened just when I was flying, and of course, this notice that just shocked me.
Yeah.
But everything is good now. I'm very happy.
Yeah. I'm very happy as well. He's okay, right? He's able to coach you, no problems.
Yeah.
At what point, at what age did you realize I could actually do this for a living? Like, do you remember how old you were when you thought, okay, this isn't just something fun that I'm doing, that this is actually going to be my career?
I think it was probably when became first time. I became first time national taekwondo championship when I was 10 years old, between girls, in weight category of 35 kilograms. I don't know in pounds how much is it, but so I was very little, and it was like my first big championship that I won, and I just liked it. So I had hard trainings. I had like bleeding nose sometimes. We were doing sparring with boys and everything. But after the championship, I thought I like this, and just I will be doing it for as long as I can.
Wow. And I would imagine a lot of your other friends who are also girls weren't doing this sort of thing because it's not, incredibly common at that young age. Did they think, oh, wow, this is crazy what you're doing? Why don't you come do something else with us? Were they trying to convince you not to do this?
No, they this time they were like uh, already knowing that I'm focused sportsman. So in the school when I was studying, everybody knows that I'm doing training. If I'm not in school, I'm on training. If I'm not in school, I'm on competition. I was not in my graduation party from my high school because I was in world championship in Greece.
Wow.
So they just got used to it, to that I'm a sportsman, and it's number one for me.
That's amazing. Wow. And you've been with your sister. I mean, anytime I see her at a fight, open workout, media day, you're always by her side. And sometimes someone goes to the UFC and it's a little bit, daunting at first, the bright lights, tons of people, but I feel like just being around her for so long and she's fought in big fights, main events, has kind of maybe prepared you mentally for the UFC. In other words, when you finally do make it to the UFC and we all expect you to, do you feel like it won't be so foreign and so, so intimidating because you've been around her for so long in the UFC?
Yes, of course. For me, it would not be intimidating just because I did it like more than 20 years. I do it. So I had professional fights in different countries, in different stadiums, and many fights that I have. And but yes, anyways, it I know this how is UFC fights from inside. Um, just every procedure that fighters do this during fights week, it's all familiar now to me, and it would be just more comfortable, I think.
I know that Valentina is a big fan of shooting guns, right? Her nickname is Bullet. What's your sort of hobby outside of fighting?
I do the same. We do
Oh,
together. It's my passion too. Shooting competition in IPSC with pistols, and in IDPA defensive competition, defensive shooting. So it's my passion too. I love shooting too. So when we are not training very much, very hard, we are having this time together. Also, just shooting, practicing shooting,
wow. And
and doing, of course, different stuff also.
do you also dance when like your sister is very well known for her dancing after her victories, and I know that's traditional dance from where you're from. Do you also do the same? I think you're getting a call right now. That's why your face is
No,
frozen.
I don't do. I don't do dance. This is just Valentina's part. She's
Oh,
just great in this. I think for me, just easier not to dance.
we love her dancing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, I
Everyone looks
love it
forward to it.
too. Yeah, I like it. I like this too. I like this show dance too. It's very just uh,
That's her
a
thing.
very beautiful dance. Yeah.
Okay, two last quick things. What do you think of the Performance Institute? Are you a fan of it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm very lucky to be was here in last year in 2017, prepared with her Valentina here for her fights, and it's just great, great everything because we have here for fighters they have here all everything, so big gym with different station, ring, cage, and bags and physical therapy and good cafeteria when they have tasty, healthy food. Just everything for that fighter need you have here. That's why now we traveled here to Las Vegas, and I had my last preparation before the fight here, and I think I will be preparing here for the next fight too.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what are the chances your fight on Saturday, your Muay Thai fight for line fights? What are the chances that's your last Muay Thai fight?
I don't know it. We plan something, so how we plan, we don't know how it will be. So just don't know. Cannot answer.
Okay, fair enough. Well, congratulations on the deal with the UFC. Good luck on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you for coming on the show. We've had your sister on many times before, but it's great to have you on as well.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me too.